What's good, y'all? We're gonna react to a video from La Wasta. It's called "Why Post Malone Abandoned Hip Hop." I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't like Post Malone for doing that. I get it. He never seen himself as a real rapper. Some people say, oh, he always wanted to go do other music that wasn't hip hop. But let's not kid ourselves, bro. It don't change the fact that he um he look he's a culture vulture, because it's one thing to do hip hop, even though you said that's not what you were trying to do the whole time, but then to like do it so much where you get your hair braided, you do this, you get all these clothes, you dress a certain way, you talk with slang and shit, and then out of the blue you do the guitar shit and you move on. It's like, nah, bro, you literally, I don't care what people say. Oh, he never seen himself as a rapper. Homie loved dressing like a rapper with the grills and the hair and everything. So it's whatever though. We're gonna see what our boy Loista got to say and see if I agree with his opinion about it or not, and see what we learn. So let's go.
Post Malone is one of the biggest stars in the world right now.
Ugh.
But what's crazy is that listeners who are just discovering him at the moment might not actually know that he started out in hip hop. After all, he hasn't collaborated with a rapper on any of his albums since 2022, and rarely does he ever step back into that world to provide features or put on for new artists. Instead, he now makes country music.
Yep.
Because he came storming out the gate
Look.
with grills, braids, and melodic flows, a lot of people
There
have
was people that thought this dude was like half black. I remember that my friends, they were like, "Oh, you know he's half black." I'm like, "Wait, for real?" He's like, "Just look at him, you can tell." And like, I'm like, "Bro, I don't know about all that, bro." And look, like, I don't know, man. I just hate when motherfuckers do that shit, man. It's like you pretend you're from the streets, you pretend you're from the hood, then you do this beautiful art form of hip hop that was made by Puerto Ricans, like my beautiful Puerto Rican ancestors, and of course, black people and shit, African American with the Jamaicans and stuff like that. All those type of elements, and then you do that shit, and it's like you make money off of it. You get diamond plaques. I'm pretty sure he has like 8 of them or 10, and then you do this crap. So like, man, you corny, bro. That's some corny
type
shit.
of way about Post's not so subtle transition into another genre, while for others, it's just proof of what they've been saying all along. It's your boy Loesta, and this is why hip-hop does not respect Post Malone. Austin Post, better known as Post Malone, is a multi-platinum selling artist with nearly a decade of success under his belt. Inspired by playing Guitar Hero as a kid, Post has gone from those early days to competing and collaborating with modern country stars like Morgan Wallen, Jelly Roll, and Luke Combs.
Wow.
With his latest album F1 Trillion, Post doubled down on early
And yet,
We see
shit
you,
with 21
airport dad.
and all these other rappers.
Protector of
giving you the diamond
passports.
plaques, bro.
earlier experimentations
Who
with
was
the
it?
genre, and went the whole way to
Swaley
the
or some
point
shit.
that it couldn't be called anything other than a country project. For many fans, it felt like the culmination of a journey they had been on with him for years. And this shift in sound definitely paid off, as Post would earn his highest sales since 2019 and proved his versatility continues to resonate across genres. But the Post he is today and the man he was back then are
Exactly.
pretty unrecognizable. Because while he still straps on a guitar and sings these days, he used to rock braids and stunt like a rapper.
It's triple platinum now, so I need a bigger, more ignorant plaque. Only platinum plaque, congratulations, 3 times platinum. Everything is great. I'm a plaque collector now, and I can't wait to get some more.
Over time, he's gradually removed some of those parts of his public image that were uniquely hip-hop. And as for the music, he basically abandoned it completely. So the question is, did he use hip
Just another white boy that got famous off of hip hop, made money off of it, and then move on to do something else. And this is why Eminem is the only white boy hip hop ever fucks with. Homie never left. He could have easily gone to Hollywood. The amount of movie roles they gave that motherfucker, he said, "Nah, I'm gonna stay at hip hop." Bro, Snoop Dogg's about to release his album. Snoop Dogg's about to release his album, Missionary. M is in that song with 50. It was produced by Dr. Dre. Come on, man. M is still loyal to hip hop in his 50s. These fucking dudes came after these white boys came after M, and they still freaking being like, "Nah, I'm gonna use hip hop for my advantage and shit." Fuck out
hip
of
hop
here.
to get
He
ahead
pulled a
and
Miley
then
Cyrus in
abandon
a
it?
way.
Or is he just an artist who got his start rapping and is now pursuing other things? When Post first came on the scene with tracks like White Iverson and Go Flex, he created a major stir. Rocking tight braids, grills, and using lingo like saucin', his early tracks were
Exactly.
seen as
You don't
clearly
talk
in the
like that
vein of
anymore.
SoundCloud rap, taking influence from the likes of Future and Young Thug.
Exactly.
So much so that you would be forgiven for thinking he was black if you hadn't laid eyes on him.
Literally, my friends in middle school, when now they say congratulations, when that song came out, every female friend of mine is like, oh, he gotta be half black. And I'm like, I don't know if he's half black. Maybe he Latino who was raised in black, because some Latinos really come out with pale skin. But nah, he's just a white dude.
He's white. This is a question I get a lot. Everybody says, hey, I didn't know you were white whenever they see me. And then
And also the album cover, the one where he's like this and it's all orange in the background, literally looks like a light-skinned dude.
they also say, I didn't know you were so tall. I guess I look short on the internet. Short and fat. I look bulby. I think the song is great no matter what color I am. And color doesn't even matter. This is a world filled with humans and we're all humans.
Not only was Post Malone a white artist entering a predominantly black space, but he also adopted style choices closely tied to ATL and black culture. This immediately led people to believe that he was merely profiting off the culture, while his true interests may have been elsewhere. For example, one user wrote, "A collection of us view him as someone who is just using the rap genre to make money. He truly has no passion for rap at all."
You don't.
But as the allegations that Post wasn't really committed to hip-hop began to emerge before he even dropped the project, he really tried to make it clear that this was truly who he was, complete with a
But
little
it's
bit
not.
of a different accent for good measure.
People want to say that I'm trying to be something that I'm not, but this is just the way that I look.
Exactly.
This is the way that I like, so it's about being
He don't even
self-confident in
talk like
yourself.
that,
And you know,
bro.
the internet's a
Bro,
crazy
fuck
place.
outta
People can
here.
say whatever they
Yes,
want, and you know,
yeah.
people want to take
You
you
don't
back
even
and take you
dress
down.
like
But
that.
Oh.
you just gotta keep on going, because this is just who
white
you
folks.
are.
Now, you're not grilled up today, a little
No,
disappointed.
yeah, I'm sorry. I left them. They in my pocket.
Let's make something clear. A white guy wearing grills and harboring certain personality traits that you would associate with black culture doesn't immediately make someone a fraud. In
No,
Post's
but-
native Texas, you have someone like Paul Wall, who is about as embedded into hip-hop as you can get, and never ever gets called a culture vulture. But with Post,
The
there were
Post is different.
inconsistencies in his
Post was actually making money from it. You got to keep that in mind. Like, once you make money from it, that's when people are gonna look at you as, oh no, you're doing a little too much of a good job if you're making money off of it. And he wasn't just making money; he was selling records and making money off of it as well. Like, he was doing it all.
come up, as well as his views on rap that caused a lot of problems. For starters, that look he had back then wasn't always the way he presented himself.
No.
Back before he braided his hair, Austin Richard Post was covering tracks from the likes of Bob Dylan in their traditional folk format with an acoustic
Bro, listen, I
guitar.
like rock and music and shit like that, and I like a little bit heavy metal, but hip hop will always be my number one love, bro. Like, I remember when, well, how old was I when I got my first hair braid? 14, 15? And then ever since then, I always got a braid. And then, of course, I had to cut my hair and stuff like that. And I still get braids to this day. This dude, legit, I never seen a picture of him growing up with braids or anything like that. Like, the way he claimed when in 2016, 17, 18, 19, all that, right? The way he was talking and dressing like that, nothing before that ever, he never looked like that. And now he don't even look at it like that neither. He dresses like a regular country dude. Like, fuck out of here, bro.
And even
Let's keep
then,
going,
people wondered why he wasn't just leading with that, rather than the alter ego he created for himself.
Exactly.
Austin Post is
Alter
Miley
ego?
and Post Malone is Hannah Montana. Post Malone could have been a completely different singer. I'd do anything for an acoustic album from Posty. Then, there was a
Posty?
controversy where he said
Fuck.
the N-word in the past, further showcasing the respect he had for the culture.
Bro, are we surprised that a non-black person, especially a white person that does hip-hop, that talks with a black accent and does all this stuff, girls and shit, said the M-word? I think I'll be more shocked to find out someone that does all this has never said the M-word. Like, come on, man.
Just as he was beginning to take off, a video resurfaced which showed him pretty clearly using the racial slur like it was an everyday thing.
Yeah, we watch Too Cute, nigga. Yeah, we watch Too Cute, nigga.
With this footage and the blurred
Are we
lines
surprised
of the
though?
White Iverson music video, some rappers and cultural commentators were enraged, including Starlito and Don Tripp.
Felt like it was culture vulture-ish, and it was posturing, and it was like very close to blackface. You know, the imagery that was being portrayed, I was like, yeah, if it's truly like in homage or tribute, it just felt like something about it just kind of struck me as like a little bit like mocking.
Then there were people like Charlemagne the God, who made his disdain for Post Malone very clear during an appearance at the Breakfast Club.
And this is his debut album, by the way. So, you know, you've heard the mixtapes and everything.
Did you listen to it?
Absolutely not. I might though. Somebody did recommend it. I'm lying.
Yeah.
You tweeted once that I don't know. I don't follow you on Twitter.
Facing criticism from some corners of the culture, Post Malone made things even
I
worse.
mean, I don't agree
when
with
he
Charlamagne
insisted
says, so the fuck does Charlamagne know, bro? Dude just says shit.
that he wasn't truly part of hip hop, but had only dipped his toes into the genre.
I'm not a rapper.
Right.
I'm an artist, but I can't rap.
You know, I just want to make music that I like to make. You know what I mean?
Yo,
You
but
know?
here's the thing: just you saying, "Oh, I'm not a rapper, I'm more an artist, but I can rap," that doesn't change the fact that, listen, you're not a rapper, but homie, you want to dress like a rapper, you want to talk like a rapper, you want to get tattoos like a rapper. All this shit is a stereotypic black man rapper, bro. Like, that's my problem with this thing. People are like, oh, he said he wasn't a rapper. He said he wasn't really a part of this or a part of that. Bro, it's not that. That doesn't mean shit if you look at how he was acting, how he was talking, how he was dressing, how he was carrying himself. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, on the new project, there's gonna be
I gotta stop
country,
pausing.
there's
We
gonna
only
be
5
rock,
minutes in,
folk,
man. This is a
hip-hop,
long-ass
everything
video.
that you can imagine. No, I'm not a rapper. I'm an artist, you know. I don't make rap music. You know, I might rap, but I don't make rap music. You can't really categorize it or put me
Again,
in a
though,
box or anything.
he keeps saying that shit, but all that shit was him rapping, which means you were just being a rapper, and then your beats were hip hop beat, rap beats, all that. Come on, bro, shut the fuck up with this whole.
Saying,
You
you
can't
know,
say
I
this.
just wanna
Yes,
be
we
myself,
can,
and,
because
you know,
that's
keep
what it
working.
is.
While Post Malone
You only
occasionally
started
made
doing it,
statements
like, a year or
distancing
two
himself
ago.
from hip hop, he often sent mixed messages by continuing to engage with the genre in the public eye.
That's what
like
I'm
when he found
saying.
himself exiled from the XXL freshman list after the publication got wind that he was trying to move away from hip hop. According to the editor-in-chief, Vanessa Stratton, her team was informed that he was escaping hip hop just as soon as he entered it.
We were told by his camp that he wasn't paying attention to hip hop so much. He was going in more of a rock, pop, country direction. Once we heard that he was going in a whole different music direction and wasn't really
It wasn't a
acknowledging hip hop,
consideration, yeah.
and really once they were telling us, you know, well, going in that country direction, we were like, well, that's the message that you don't really want to be in the hip hop world, so we're just going to let it go.
But almost immediately, Post clapped back, claiming that nothing could be further from the truth. In a tweet, he wrote, "I have a hip-hop album coming in August. I made a hip-hop album promoting my hip-hop mixtape. If you don't like me, politely f*** off. I love my fans who rock with me for the art." Although Vanessa...
But okay, so here's my thing. You say you can't say I'm making rap music. You can't say I'm a rapper. Yet in that tweet, you just basically defending yourself, saying I'm not doing country, I'm not doing rock, I'm doing hip hop. Make it make sense, bro. Like, the fuck.
maintained that her version
This
of
is what
events
I'm
was the
talking
correct
about.
one, and that Post was just trying to backpedal. It wasn't gonna matter soon. Because if there were still hip-hop fans debating whether Post belonged in the culture, he was about to put his foot in his mouth. In a now infamous interview, Post said the following.
If you're looking for lyrics, if you're looking to cry, if you're looking to think about life, you know, don't listen to hip hop. Whenever I want to sit down and I want to cry, I listen to some like Bob Dylan.
Reducing hip-hop
Exactly,
down to just
motherfucker.
mindless party music, this
Exactly.
was seen as a massive stain on Post's worthiness to be in the culture, and gave
He's
people like
not.
Charlemagne the God even more reasons to pile on him.
Exactly.
Then he don't respect the culture. Like if he had more respect for the
Bro,
culture,
there's so many songs about hip hop that I can listen where I can feel something, where I cry and shit like that. Like, come on, bro, don't do that shit. You got artists like Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Eminem, Tupac, all those guys. Yeah, I listened to some old school. I said that in a video a while ago. I think I said it on the Eminem reaction. 50 Cent, you know, all that type of shit. There's always a hip hop song that makes you feel, makes you want to cry, makes you feel emotions, bro. What the fuck is you talking about? Just because you like to listen to the little "hey, we lit in this bitch," hey, like, just because you listen to that shit don't mean that's the only thing in hip hop. Just because you do that music doesn't mean that's the only thing in hip hop. And then, yeah, motherfuckers will still defend this clown. Like, make it make sense.
and actually
stupid.
appreciated hip hop and talked like he appreciated hip hop, I would probably respect him more. But when he said like, when you want to feel something, don't listen to hip hop. Out of here. We don't listen to your hip hop.
Even for his fellow white people in the culture, he was beginning to make them look bad, and this meant that in their mind, he had
guys like him are the reason why other people don't give guys like Eminem a chance. Eminem is the only white boy that never sold out, bro. He never fucking gave up on the culture that made him famous. The culture that he always loved and respected. White guys like him are the reason why people hate on guys like Eminem and be like, Eminem's taking our opportunities. Eminem's not doing that, bro. Eminem is giving back to the culture. He gave us 50 Cent, for Christ's sake. These fucking idiots make a couple of $1,000,000, get their fucking plaques, and they dip. Fucking clowns.
Post Malone, I'm done giving you passes, bro. You got a pass for braids, which is not common. You got a pass for the N-word thing that happened on Snapchat. Either leave hip-hop and go make other music in another genre, or start showing respect for hip-hop.
Exactly.
Hip-hop has been the soundtrack of every important day of my life, and many people like me.
Suddenly getting slaughtered by even those who tolerated him, Post felt the need to come out and defend himself once more to try and
Why are you gonna defend yourself if you keep saying the same shit over and over, bro? Stop, shut the fuck up.
You know, a lot of people saying that I don't appreciate hip hop or I'm taking advantage of hip hop.
You are.
My last hip hop album was hop. My next hip hop album is fucking hip hop. I love hip hop. I make hip hop.
You love hip hop, but okay. So wait, what?
I want to take this genre.
You make hip hop? If you make fucking hip hop, then stop fucking going on interviews saying I'm not a rapper. I'm an artist. I don't make rap music. I make music. Shut the fuck up. Say it. Stop fucking trying to change the norm. And again, it's crazy how people still defend this clown. That's my whole problem. People are like, Post Malone's a nice guy. No, he's a fucking piece of shit. You're not gonna disrespect the culture that fucking made you who you are, you little prick.
You know,
bro, and listen, I don't give a fuck what he's selling now. He's probably selling more than ever, right? That's what he's saying. But I guarantee he's still spending that hip hop money he got, cause he was selling a lot.
Stretch it so far that people who may not listen to it, and you know, want to listen to the new artist whenever it's going on, and just take everything for what it is.
Then shut the fuck up and make music then.
You know, what I was trying to say is that a lot of people, except for a handful of artists, are saying the same shit. They're not saying anything super meaningful. And I'm 22 years old. I have not had all the life experience in the world to talk about the most meaningful shit. I just sing about what I have gone through, what's going on in my life, and what I want to sing about. Never once did I say that I don't appreciate hip-hop.
But even after he tried to clear his name, Post couldn't let it go and kept going out of his way to claim that he wasn't taking advantage of the genre.
There's a lot of people that wanted to talk down on me.
If you're gonna have to keep talking about it, then maybe you should look yourself in the mirror and be like, yeah, probably I am.
Say that I don't appreciate hip-hop and I don't do nothing for the culture. And they always say
you don't do nothing to the culture.
It got to a point where his own fans wondered if him refusing to accept the criticism was doing more harm than if he just left it alone.
Exactly.
Post, please stop. You make yourself look stupid with every statement regarding this topic.
Exactly.
You say that you don't care about labels and just want to make music. Okay, then do that. Stop discussing it. With so much distaste for him in the culture, it became apparent that he would never be completely accepted as part of hip-hop. However, that didn't stop him from managing to make a whole lot of hits within his boundaries while gradually nudging towards other genres. In fact, this shift has been happening since his second album, with many pointing out that even its title moved away from the ATL rap tropes he initially leaned on. This change in direction made it clear that Post was distancing himself from the hip-hop image that helped him rise to fame.
I love the title of this, Beer Bongs and Bentleys. It's gotta be, dude, you're going into country if you're coming up with software titles like that.
Yeah, man, you know, I wanted something that really, you know, I guess encapsulated, you know, everything that I'm about. You know, I'm still a good old boy at heart, but, you know, I finally got some money, so we, you know, like to go crazy sometimes.
Right. Right, so you've made it, you're a success now in hip hop, so you figure you got a little money, you can take a chance and maybe do some country.
Bro, I don't care, bro. This dude's like, I'm still a good old boy, da 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 da, yeah.
It's around this time that he started getting pretty flustered when asked about his intentions.
I don't even want to call it a transition, man, because I love music, but I just want to make it you know, stuff that my fans can relate to, at the same time, you know, really stretching the boundaries of what hip-hop is and what hip-hop is supposed to be. And
today, 2018's Beer Bongs and Bentleys remains Post's best-selling album of all time, scoring his biggest hit with a track that was unmistakably hip-hop. Co-written by Joey Badass.
That's the song I was talking about with 21, Digga Bane and Bay. Bro, like, that's a hip-hop album. I mean, that's a hip-hop track. That is not no music. No, that's straight hip-hop, bro. Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Post and 21 Savage's Rockstar was one of the most streamed songs of the year, and was catchy enough to get some people on his side. Even Joe Budden, who was initially a harsh critic of his, came to his defense.
I remember that.
You know, we both hated him when he first came out, right? We said that.
And we thought he smelled disgusting.
He looked like he smelled like shit. Post Malone don't look like he smelled like shit if you don't meet him. The song is great, right? And I was just thinking so long because we wrote him off with the White Iris and shit, but clearly we were wrong about that. Yeah, he might be one of the newer acts that shows some signs of having some staying power. And what I mean is he continues to produce like big sounding records. Even if they don't end up being big records, they sound like big records. He has shown the ability to continue to produce that White Iverson potential record. I fuck with him. I fuck with Post.
Complete with features from Ty Dolla $ign, YG, Nicki Minaj, and Sway Lee, Beer Bongs and Bentleys established him as a superstar. A project which sold over 700,000 in its first week of dropping, the album's success meant that he had 4 tracks on Billboard's year-end Hot 100, including Psycho, Better Now, and I Fall Apart. Suddenly, he was at festival headliner status, and it was his position in the realm of hip-hop that got him on those grand stages. By the time Hollywood's Bleeding dropped in 2019, it became crystal clear that Post was pushing for that hybrid sound more than ever before. However, it seemed like he was still attempting to strike a balance between genres. So when he had Ozzy Osbourne feature on his project, the song also featured Travis Scott to prove he still had hip-hop in his veins. Yet, critics still had their reservations about what—
why are you proving? Your whole point is that you're not a hip-hop artist or this, that you're just an artist, that you just make music. So why are you doing this? To prove that you still got hip-hop inside of you. It's not hip-hop, it's music, right? Right? Like, come on, bro. You know you dead wrong. That's the thing.
What his goal really was, and whether rap should still be welcoming him.
But to come into hip-hop, build it up, and then bounce, you know, is kind of like, I just don't understand. Where were the quote-unquote gatekeepers? Like, why are hip-hop sites even—
Y'all like to come at Eminem a lot. I keep bringing up Eminem because he's the best example of a white boy that never sold out. But listen, y'all like to come at Eminem a lot, call him a culture watcher and shit. Yeah, he never fucking did this. He never did any of this shit. Hell, Lord Jamar is the main one that says Eminem is not in the house of hip hop because he's white. Even he said in an interview, that's the one thing I'll give Eminem. He never left like Machine Gun Kelly did, because that's what they were talking about on Vlad TV. I remember that shit. He never did that. He never did this. Like, come on, bro. Where y'all at? Y'all the first one to talk about him, but y'all ain't the first one to talk about this clown?
Covering this guy. He hasn't been hip-hop, but they cover him like a hip-hop artist. It's one thing to be Miley Cyrus and to have features, but they cover him like he's hip-hop, like he's a hip-hop artist. I was like, nah, man. Like, we have Future. That's good enough, and Future's way better than this.
This was just the beginning. Because after he dropped 12 Karat Toothache in 2022, Post has made every attempt to transition out of the genre for good. And it's worth mentioning that he does so as the—
But again, you shouldn't do that, because again, you make music, right? So this is just music, right? But you have to try so hard.
Artist with the most diamond certified singles in history. Where that album had plenty of good artists with the most diamond transition out of the genre for good. And it's worth mentioning that he does so as the artist with the most diamond certified singles in history. Where that—
How many is that? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This motherfucker got 8 diamond all of those are diamond singles. I bet you all that shit is hip hop. I guarantee you, or has at least a hip hop feature. Fucking clown,
that he does so as the artist with the most diamond certified singles in history. Where that album had plenty of guitar parts, it also featured the likes of Roddy Ricch, Doja Cat, Gunna.
I gotta replay that. Man, listen to the fucking ads, bro. Oh my god. And there's another one coming
New Jersey is leading the nation in clean energy investments with one thing in mind. You.
and plenty of guitar parts. Most diamond certified singles in history. Where that album had plenty of guitar parts, it also featured the likes of Roddy Ricch, Doja Cat, Gunna, and others. But since then, his latest projects have been complete departures from the genre. First, he dabbled in synth pop, before finally landing where he seemingly always wanted to be, in country music. In hindsight, this move not only distanced him from hip hop, but also validated much of the criticism he had faced along the way.
And if you're white in hip hop, you have to contribute to black culture in some sort of fashion. Otherwise, you are simply repeating history by coming into black culture, using that as a medium to steal and profit for self. I think it's also about the music. You can't come into this from the vessel of hip hop and use the clothes and the language and the music and then go off and start doing something.
It's weird.
Are you talking about Post Malone?
No, I mean, that's a fair example because I do think that that's, you know, you come in with braids and golds to the point people are thinking you're mixed, and now you know you drink Bud Light and wear cowboy boots. But yeah, I just think certain things like that, you know, those are fair critiques as far as like, yo, it feels like you came in and used hip hop because it's the coolest genre and the coolest look and aesthetic. You used it to propel yourself to the forefront, and then you reverted back to who you really were.
From there, people who beefed with him at the beginning, like Starlito, felt vindicated.
And it's weird that you say that his music changed. I feel like everything that I spoke on kind of came to fruition. Like after that song, and I mean a couple other songs, yeah, some smash hits with rappers and all of that. Kind of tiptoed his way out of the hip hop culture.
Even when Austin dropped, fans who genuinely supported Post but were deeply rooted in hip hop culture began to question if the criticisms held some truth.
I hope I don't lose my Post fan card for asking this question. Is this a case of somebody using hip hop to get to a point and now pivoting off? I'm just asking because this seems like this isn't a hip. Every project he's put out had at least hip hop features. It was considered a rap album, and now it's like I've gotten to a super megastar point. I don't need hip hop no more.
Even an ardent defender of him like Joe Budden has to concede that while he's moved on, there was a clear benefit to him using hip hop to begin with.
Rap is an entry point. That's all. It's all it is. So they don't trick me with what's in the bio. It has to stay there because you'll lose us.
Yeah.
But what you go on to become, totally different.
Now established to the point that he feels comfortable to shed the skin of the gold fronts and braids once and for all, Post has now transitioned into the country genre with such force that it feels like he'll likely never leave it. As Post moves away from hip-hop, he has revealed that the backlash he faced early in his career haunted him, eventually leading him to
because he knows he's fucking guilty of fucking using the culture to his advantage and using this hip-hop culture shit. That's why. Because if you truly felt like you weren't doing nothing wrong, none of this should bother you.
To alcohol as a way to cope with the controversy. In recent interviews, he opened up about the lasting effects of everything that was said about him. As for him, he was just trying to make music.
He was called. So then why? Bro, he keeps saying he was just trying to make music, right? But how can you? If that's the case, then none of this shit should be. You shouldn't be crying about this shit. You should be like, I can't believe people think I'm using hip hop to the advantage. I love hip hop. I appreciate hip hop. But I'm also gonna say you shouldn't listen to hip hop if you wanna feel something and shit like that. Listen to some of that country shit. Like, man, shut the fuck up, bro. And then there's people still defending this motherfucker.
A culture vulture, a one-hit wonder.
He's not a one-hit wonder. Listen, he's not a one-hit wonder. I'll never call him that. But god damn it, Coach Vulture 100%.
Sucked. Yeah. I was a kid. 1920. How did you deal with it?
Okay, so
Drink a lot.
Yeah. Did you take it personally? Because I
Absolutely. It's hard not to.
Still, even after escaping out into the world of Nashville nights and cowboy hats, Post is still fielding questions about his connection to hip-hop and insists that it's still as firm as ever. Talking to the New York Times now, Post said, "Genres suck. It's easier to catalog music that way, but at a certain point, and the cool thing is that it's moving towards this, why can't you mix all this together and make something that's truly unique to you?
But
I
you
still got
weren't
my
doing
chains.
that, you fucking dick. Oh my Bro, but you weren't doing that. You were fucking just doing hip hop shit. Like, bro, oh my god.
Love my Maybach. That's still me. Everything was always me.
No,
I just don't want to spend all my money in the strip club because I want to be in the woods."
You don't have to. This is what the fuck I'm talking about. Who says for you to be in the strip club if you're a rapper? Bro, look at Waka Flocka. That motherfucker owns land and shit and is working at a farm. You don't see him at the club and shit. You don't, bro, man, shut the fuck up.
4 years
bro.
ago, I was
Oh
on a
my
rough
God.
path. It was terrible. Getting up, having a good cry,
So what, you gonna blame it
drinking,
on hip-hop?
and then going about living your life. And then whenever you go to lay down, drinking some more and having a good cry. Hearing that, this is no doubt going to make some people feel bad for how Post was treated in hip-hop.
No.
Because at the end
I
of the
don't
day,
feel bad for
one of
this
the
dude.
things that's always been on Malone's side in his career is that even if you don't like his music, you can't deny that he seems like a very nice guy who's always got time for his fans.
Okay. He's a nice guy. That doesn't mean he's not an asshole for saying what he said. That doesn't mean he's not a culture vulture. Like, come on, bro. I don't care.
These are
I don't
so
care.
For you. I saw them on stage. I was saying, I didn't want to like fuck them up. Like
And
on
he can be a
stage,
nice
so I
guy all
wanted
he
to make
wants
sure I
and
could
still don't
do
change the
that.
fact what he's saying is fucked up.
You're a legend. These are for me.
God, bro.
Yeah.
I swear to
You are
God.
fucking
Y'all be the ones that be
Thank you
like,
so
y'all be defending people, weirdos, be like, you gotta separate the art from the artist. Guess what? Separate the art from the artist here. Yeah, he's a nice guy and all that. And yeah, he makes good music. But take that away from his comments and his views in hip hop and say, don't listen to hip hop if you want to feel sad or you want to feel emotions and shit. Let's separate that. Oh, we ain't going to separate that? Fuck.
Very much. That's
And I'm
so
passionate
sick.
about this because this is hip hop is the one thing I love, bro. And like growing up, it's like, you know, me growing up in a black neighborhood, it was like everything. I know more. I even said this in a live stream with my boy Black Couch. I know more about black history than I do my own history. And then when I found out that Puerto Ricans had a helping hand in hip hop in the early stages, in the beginning, I was like, oh shit, my people really, we helped out. And then I learned Jamaicans were there and African Americans, which of course it's black culture, you know, in New York. I started dipping. I'm like, oh shit, okay. I'm like, damn, my people really helped out around and shit with, you know, and stuff like that. And then I was talking to some OGs and all that shit, like, believe it or not, and they was telling me how it was for their time growing up. So to see clowns like him fucking be making money off of it, and it's like, bro, come on, bro, fuck out of here.
You take mine, I take
It's gonna be a
yours.
long ass reaction.
Oh, is that the trade?
Yeah,
yeah. I didn't know it was a trade.
Yeah.
I'll have you know, these hoes stink, probably. Austin, nice to meet you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm always good.
Besides, he's still giving props to some of those who've influenced him. Most importantly of all, King Slime.
Young Thug for me is my favorite lyricist and melody maker.
But
like
none
of
of
all
this changed what he did in the past.
fucking time.
Yes,
Like I remember when he like the first song I heard was the
One more fucking episode, bro. Like, oh my fucking god, bro. Just want.
it was him and Pee Wee Longway. It's a song called Loaded. And I was like, what the fuck? These melodies, like insane. Like he goes to such crazy fucking places that free Young Thug, by the way. He goes to such crazy fucking places where the natural mind, like my melody mind doesn't go.
But didn't you say if you want to listen to songs exactly like that, don't listen to hip hop, don't listen to rap? Come on, bro.
I would go down one place and he would go like 2 octaves up. And I was like, what the fuck, dude, this is mine. And so fun.
You're feeling something, which is what you said. If you want to feel something, don't listen to hip hop.
Fun to listen to.
But while this makes some people lay off, not everyone is so sympathetic.
No.
It feels like he needs to still own how he used hip hop.
My problem with Post Malone is that, like,
Shut the fuck up, Adam. You literally used the whole black culture to your advantage, you fucking piece of shit. Shut the fuck
it
up.
looks like he used hip hop right until the moment
who's
where he
talking.
didn't need
You're
it
just as-
anymore,
you're
and then he
worse
said,
than
"I
him.
fuck this shit."
Shut
And
the
then
fuck
now he puts out a project, and I don't think you really like are gonna see a rapper on his next project. You know, like I don't think like he gets the
Bitch,
Taylor.
You're known for fucking letting your wife get clapped by a fucking dude. Like, you fucking weirdo. Which, here's my problem with it, right? I don't judge, but man, you can tell he was enjoying that shit. You can tell he probably watches that shit every night. It's only a matter of time before this fucking dude literally gets exposed. Bro, he fucked the dude already. We just know that.
Like, he's one of the only artists featured on the Taylor Swift album. Like, he's literally like gotten bigger than hip hop, and I wish that he would.
Wasn't
still,
Ice Spice on there too?
Bro, he should have a fucking 4-Bat song on the next album, or he should have a Drake feature, or like just something. Like, he should keep his foot in the door to make it clear.
No,
yo, I wasn't just culture vulturing you before. I really fuck with this shit, because it doesn't. It only helps you to have some fucking rap appearances on your project to give it like an additional boost of appeal, you know?
Do like some alternative type song with that Mexican OT. Keep it like Texas.
Do something cool as fuck. Exactly.
That would be tight. That would be raw.
What doesn't help is that he is entering country music far more respectfully than he chose to barge his way into hip-hop. Because according to people like country guitarist Derek Wells, he has basically done everything he can to come in the right way. In this moment that the genre is having, a lot of us are used to so-and-so is making a country project now. And we've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly when it comes to those. I've watched him very much ask for permission to be in this genre. He's doing everything right. In the same New York Times article,
he loved making money from it.
His producer Charlie Handsome seems to think it was always going to go this way from the start. I used to say to people, he's a reverse Taylor Swift. He's going to start as a rapper, become a huge pop star, and after that, he's going to be a huge country artist. Even Lil B saw this coming in October of 2017 when he wrote, "Post Malone is slowly turning into a white dude, LOL. He's pushing. Give it a few years. He gonna be full country." Now firmly locked into his new lane, Post Malone is likely going to continue to be a superstar and make platinum selling records for years. But by the looks of it, the controversy over how he got there and the way he's disposed of the culture since isn't going to go anywhere either. So while he'll keep earning hundreds of accolades and praise, it seems like one that might elude him is hip-hop's unreserved respect. Unless he finds a way to prove to the world that people like Future and all his hip-hop influences that he made a career off truly matter as much to him as Bob Dylan ever did. As always, it's your boy Luesta, and I want...
Who cares, man? I don't fuck with Post Malone. I said it before. Nice video, but homie knew what he was doing. I don't give a fuck what any of y'all say. He knew what he was doing. That's it for this reaction, man. Stay away from hip hop. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications. Shadow out, man. Peace.